joins us this morning. She's the Marketing and Communication Specialist with Titusville Area Hospital. And good morning to you. You brought in a very special guest this morning.
Yes.
We always look forward to the folks you bring in.
Yes. So I'm very excited to be here today. Today's a really important day for...
Today. But
just
all
today.
the other times you haven't been excited to be here.
So I brought Brittany Dieter with me. She
Hi, Brittany. How are you?
is our pharmacist in charge at the Titusville Express Pharmacy that is opening today.
Oh, wow.
So it is our grand opening. So welcome,
Congrats.
Brittany. We're very excited to have you.
Thank you.
Brittany, before we learn about the grand opening and what's going on today, give us a backstory. Tell us about yourself.
So I am actually from a small town. I grew up in Cranberry, out there in Seneca, and I am a mom of 3, and we live on a farm with my husband, and I'm really excited to come to Titusville and kind of get involved in the rural community and help our patients out around here.
Very nice. Well, what got you interested in this career path?
So I've been kind of thinking about this, wondering if this was going to be a question, and the main thing I guess I kind of came to was, 16, 18 years ago, pharmacy really wasn't something that was on my radar in high school. You kind of knew you wanted to help people, and those common careers typically that come to mind would be, nursing and, being a physician, not really pharmacists. So going through my schooling and kind of leaning into those areas that I did like, which would be, the health classes, the sciences, I kind of happened upon the career of pharmacy with my sister-in-law, who actually is a pharmacist as well.
Oh, wow.
And so I kind of started looking that direction. Interestingly enough, my first shadowing experience was with Titusville Area Hospital. So I kind of came here out of a shadowing experience through college and realized that was a neat little niche of healthcare. I liked the accessibility of being a pharmacist to the community and helping them with their needs, and kind of be that ear. And maybe more of what I'm looking for this community is to kind of be their neighbor, have that neighborly advice. I'm certainly not a physician to be able to rule on any, medical decisions that they have, but to kind of be that ear, that step, that liaison between the physician and the patient. That's kind of where I'm looking at, to kind of hone in with the role here at Titusville.
I'm not really a surgeon, but sometimes out of the trunk of the car at dead middle of the night, I, assist where I can. But, that's a different story, Kelly. I will say that for another time. No, that's wonderful. And Kelly, I'm always amazed at the number of guests you bring in. Where that's the passion, helping people.
Yes.
And I know, that's probably easy to say, but when you hear the stories, you know that's where it's meaningful. That's where it's coming from.
Right.
That they just like helping people, and they want to do some good in the community or for our region, and that's fantastic. So congratulations on following those dreams.
And there's a lot of folks that, like she said, she mentioned rural health. So that's definitely one of our passions here at Titusville, because we are a rural community. And to bring so many different specialty things and, opening this pharmacy today, that's what we're here for, just to, have more health care available to a rural community. So, yeah.
But that's and I think that's one of the, I guess, recruiting tools that's been fantastic, right? Because I understand professionally, if you want to be, nationally known for this or, work in a big city, I understand that. But it just seems to me there's a lot of people that also say, yeah, you know what? I want to go to that small town. I can really make a difference.
Correct. Yeah.
I want to walk into the grocery store and have 10 people come up to me and say, "Hey, doc, how are you?" And hey, what's this?
Take a look at this.
Yeah, and they'll do that, and they love that. They love that.
Absolutely, and they love to get to know, like you said. They want to be able to be known within the community, and they want to be their doctor to know who they are. I was just at a golf outing and saw my dad's doctor. And I was talking to him. I knew who he was, but he wasn't real sure who I was. And I said, "Do you know who I am?" And I told him my dad's name. He's like, "Oh my God, I love your dad." And it's just, it's one of those, like you said, in a rural community, these patients want to be known, and they, really want to be heard. So it's great.
All right, so there's a big event today?
Huge event today.
Huge.
Biggest thing that's happening in Titusville. You ready?
I'm ready.
So we are having our open house, grand opening for the pharmacy. It is, if people aren't sure where it is, the Titusville Express Care, right up the street here. It's in the same building as Titusville Express Care. It is Titusville Express Pharmacy. It opens at 9 a.m. today. You can transfer your prescriptions. You can come in and meet the staff. Our actual open house is from 3 to 5 o'clock today. We're having some giveaways, which is great. You have a chance to win a $50 gift card. There's t-shirt giveaways to the first 50 people through the door. We have pens, we have pill boxes, refreshments, and we're also having a ribbon cutting with small remarks from Holly Wolf, which has been very instrumental in opening the pharmacy. This is another one of her babies, so very proud of everything that she has done throughout the whole opening. Yeah. And so the ribbon cutting will be at 3:30 today.
All right, Brittany, for you, what's that been like to open a pharmacy? As opposed to just going and working somewhere, but to kind of have that hands-on experience of getting one up and running.
Right. It's definitely been a different experience than my past history. I've been in pharmacy for 16 years. I started out with chain retail pharmacy, and then kind of graduated into independent realm in the last 6 years. And from that experience, understanding kind of the back end of pharmacy a little bit, I added that to my toolkit. And whenever I saw the posting for, that they were looking to, do a huge service to the community and add an independent pharmacy when so many independents are, kind of dissipating with insurance kind of taking over the reimbursement world, it was so refreshing to see that Titusville was going to open up an independent pharmacy, and I thought I wanted to definitely get on board with that. So it's been a different look, the business end of it, starting on with them and doing some credentialing and working with insurances, and for sure working with Holly and the other pharmacists before me that kind of laid the groundwork, Jack Petruso. So in May when I came on, I kind of got right to work, and we started looking at the different things that we needed to do to get this up and running, and it's definitely been a progression, and I'm so excited to finally have today come to that final moment where we're going to be open to the public, and excited to see who all is interested in us as much as we're interested in them.
That's wonderful. Kelly, it's got to be exciting to be a part of the conversation where it's like, okay, what are the needs and how can we fill those needs? Because you guys just don't sit in the room going, all right, hey, we got a golf outing, we're going to do this. But it seems like you're very aggressive at, okay, you know what, there's a need here, or, this community is not too far away. Is there something we can do there? You've been very active.
Yes, they are very active. All of our administration at Titusville, they look at all of those things. Like, where are the gaps? Where are the gaps in care? What's going to be important to the people in this community? What's important to the people in Tynesta community? We opened up Tynesta Health Center almost 4 years ago now.
Wow.
4 years ago. And amazing, the response to something that, it's open 3 days a week. They're in TDU 2 days a week. But it's definitely a need. So yeah, that's definitely what everyone looks at and says, what would be beneficial to this community healthcare wise. So yeah, it is, and they're movers and shakers. They're consistently building, renovating, upgrading all of our equipment, our space, our care spaces. So it is, yeah. They make marketing easy.
Busy for sure, right?
Yes, very busy.
Well, speaking of those projects, you guys are part of Crawford Gives.
Yes. So Crawford Gives kicked off our oncology renovation fundraising. So what we would like to do for our oncology department, it's, we've touched a lot of different places in our hospital. As you know, we recently finished our CT scan and imaging, our emergency department. Everyone's kind of gotten a facelift, and so our oncology department is definitely in need of one. So it will be a $2 million project. So we have started raising money, and Crawford Gives kicked that off, and we raised over $1,500 towards that, which was really great because it's just people in the community that said, hey, I want to give to this. There was no donation too small. I mean, it was just a lot of community members that reached out and said, yeah, we want to give to this oncology program. So really great. And since then, We've had other folks in the community that said, are you still raising money for this? We're like, yes, for the next 2 years. So it's really, really great. We'll start writing grants and other things to, kind of perpetuate that like we did for the emergency department. So yeah, really great community support through Crawford Gives. So to anyone that gave to us, we very, very much appreciate it. It's
That's
a really
wonderful.
great program.
And that's another thing, the track record you folks have with, here's the project, we're trying to raise money, and you don't just sit back and kind of wait for it. You get very aggressive at finding grants and support, but the projects get done. You find ways of getting things done. Does that help when it comes to the grant writing process, that there is that solid track record?
Yes. The initial grant writing is it's pretty involved. You have to really lay out what your plans are for that money. But on the other side of that, you also have to have a final report, progress reports. So, in order to write those in the end, you really have to have a lot of progress, and you have to finish your projects. So showing them those pictures, this is the before, this is the after, this is how your money helped, is really great, because foundations love to see what their money is doing. If the project's never getting done, that's not really somebody you want to continue to give money to. So yes, that's very helpful to grant writing, that we can, finalize those projects and show them this is what, this is how helpful you were. So.
That's great. Let's do this real quick. You're watching The Morning Drill on Stream Television and on Armstrong's Neighborhood Channel, and listening to it on the Allegheny News Talk Sports Network. Friends from Titusville Area Hospital with us here this morning. There's a lot of other things going on, and we'll come back and recap the ribbon cutting today. But what else is happening with the hospital?
This is Rehabilitation Awareness Week. Where we kind of look at the rehabilitation services that we offer at the hospital. We have occupational therapy, speech therapy, physical therapy. So, we really like to take this week, and I know we just had a Facebook post, just within those departments, kind of honor them and show our gratitude towards the things that they do. We have a lot of patients that come through the hospital. Again, they know their therapist by name. A lot of kiddos that go there, have a pretty personal relationship with their speech and their OT therapist. So those are really great services that we offer. So we're very proud of all of our therapy personnel there. They're amazing.
And again, I think folks might be surprised at what's offered in terms of rehabilitation needs.
Yes, we have inpatient PT, we have outpatient PT. Within the hospital, we have the occupational therapy and speech, which is also offered on an outpatient and inpatient basis. We are still offering any speech or OT screenings for kids that might need some extra, supplemental support. A screening that, maybe you're not sure if their speech is where it should be. You can bring them in, have a free screening, and the speech therapist and the occupational therapist will sit down with your kid and really just play and see where they're at and see where maybe they need some help and offer some guidance. So that's another service that we do offer there.
Yeah, the only PT you don't offer is the PT Cruiser, correct?
Right.
That's yeah.
We're working on that.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Coming soon. Grand opening. We're going to come back to that. Anything else going on?
So next month, October, starts Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Very huge in the hospital. We have an amazing imaging department that we have 3D mammography. And
that's been a newer addition, right?
Yes, we got that a couple years ago. And it's definitely state of the art. We are offering, and we do all year, but we really focus on it in October. We offer free mammograms to anyone that's underinsured or uninsured. So if you need a mammogram and you're just putting it off because those diagnostic testings are a big cost out of pocket. So it's through the foundation that we offer anyone that would like those diagnostic tests done. We can give you a voucher. All you have to do is fill it out, and we can get you scheduled for your mammogram. Any additional testing you would need if something were to come back as an area of need, any further diagnostic testing, would be covered by the foundation as well. You can always give the hospital a call and ask to speak to the foundation about the breast cancer awareness. It's just one sheet of paper. The imaging department also is aware of that and has a lot of information. You'll see a lot of things in the paper, also on our Facebook page.
What keeps folks from scheduling or keeping those appointments? Is it, I mean, I don't know if you hear, is it cost? Is it's uncomfortable, afraid of the results? I mean,
I really think it's a combination of those. Some people have a large deductible and they put it off until maybe their deductible's been met by other areas, and then then they've put it off for so long that they're like, oh, I never got that done. A lot of people are not following up with their doctor as they should. They're kind of only going to their doctor as needed. Which we all know that going to your doctor on your regular appointments, not just your sick appointments, for your well appointments, and that's mainly where all of those mammograms, diagnostic things like that are scheduled, is during those well appointments. And having that done is just, putting it off is, everyone's decision, but it just gives you a little bit more peace of mind. And they do recommend you having them done as needed based on your age. So your physician would definitely know when your last one was and when you're due for your next one. So we do, but there is a cost involved. Like I said, some people have a large deductible. So if anyone has any questions about that, scheduling their mammogram or getting it paid for, definitely give the hospital a call.
All right. Well, back to the grand opening happening today, open house and ribbon cutting, 3 to 5. Ribbon cutting starting at 3:30. You get to meet the staff,
yes.
Right?
Yes.
So who all is working at the pharmacy?
So currently we have 4 employees. It would be myself. We hired a staff pharmacist, Courtney Perry. So she was originally a pharmacist down in Nittany State College area.
Wow.
At the hospital. So we're kind of bringing her expertise from some hospital pharmacy as well as her independent experience, and she actually did work with a cannabis pharmacy as well. So
Wow.
we kind of added her into the mix as our other lead staff pharmacist. And then I have a lead technician, which would be Shelly Williams.
Mm-hmm.
She's a familiar face to the community and the pharmacy world, 18 years of experience. So we're happy to have Shelly on board.
And her picture's been at the post office for a year or two now.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, it's
Which
Most wanted.
wanted pharmacy technician?
Yes,
or?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
so
Nicely
we
done.
secured Shelly, and she'll be at our pharmacy, as well as we have Renee French, I believe is her last name. She's also on the roster with us, and she'll be a part-timer. So we're looking to kind of ramp up business and have more staff, as needed. But for right now, that is the crew, and we'll be happy to meet
Yep.
you and get you on board today.
They'll all be there, taking transfers, answering questions. I know a lot of folks kind of get nervous about starting with a new pharmacy. Are you going to have my meds, like how everyone does it? Not a lot of folks like change. If you've gone to the same place, got your prescriptions every month, but definitely this is a great time to ask them questions about the transfer procedure, and I think it's going to go really smoothly. They've been working hard at it.
well, and it sounds like it's backed by a lot of experience too.
Yes.
So you have to be excited about that, just coming in every day and knowing that.
Yeah, yep, absolutely. I think I was counting the other day, and I thought, oh wow, we have over 40 years of experience just right here starting out. So it's definitely, even though we are, from the ground up starting, definitely our careers are not.
Right.
We are well versed in pharmacy, and those transfers, it can be definitely a daunting thing for the patients. I don't know what will I do. I have parents as well who've been tinkering between different pharmacies and deciding if they were going to transfer. And I just say, to anybody out there that's interested in our pharmacy that would like to, it's definitely it's a simple process. It's something that the pharmacist can handle, something that the pharmacy can handle. You just have to let us know. Just make that communication point, and we can make it happen for you.
What's the best thing to do when it comes to those questions? Is it to call, or is it to stop in and see you one-on-one?
I mean, we certainly would like to see you stop in, like to see you put a name to a face and kind of do business that way. However, a phone call can be sufficient to get the information that we need. That doesn't mean on pickup there won't be a follow-up of more information,
Sure.
but just to get the ball rolling and get, the prescriptions into our court to be able to handle, for sure a phone call can do that trick.
And Kelly, parking, there's plenty of parking spaces there.
There is plenty of parking there. As we said before, we share the building with the Express Care here in Titusville, so lots of parking there because they keep that open for the urgent care patients for sure. So yeah, you can come right in. We also have a drive-through that you can pick up your prescriptions. For folks that are don't want to get out of their car or for some reason just on the move. So yes, we can definitely take care of you either way.
Excellent. Good to see you. Thanks for your time this morning. All the best.
Good to see you,
All right.
Luke. Thanks.